What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Aiden and this is my second gen Tacoma. I'm back with another walk around video today. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you wouldn't know, but this truck is for sale and it has been sold. So I just wanted to come on here and do a final walk around of what I have on the truck. I've done a couple walk arounds. I want to say I did one like a year ago, and then I did one like 6 to 8 months ago, a little more comprehensive just on prices and everything like that. Today I won't be going over prices, I'll just be doing a full walk around. I'll try to do everything I have on the truck as of current. There is some stuff that I took off before the sale that I wanted to keep, but I will go over that stuff and I'll talk about what it is. And then after that, we'll just go over everything that's on the truck right now. So I'll go ahead and start with the exterior. I guess we'll start with the lighting. So on the front, I'm running the Alpha X Lux Series headlights. Now these are full LEDs, full built-in LEDs. Sequential turn signals. These are the LED high beams and low beams as well. They have three variants. So the Pro Series is the halogen bulbs, the Lux Series is your LEDs, and then your Nova Series is LEDs, but there's 4 main projectors versus the 1 in the center. I just went for the middle grade. I didn't need 4 projectors, you know. This is good enough for me. And they work well. I've had no problems with them. I think they were my first major upgrade to the truck when I got them. So it's been, I'll say, close to 3 years now, over 2 years at least. I've had the headlights. Yeah, no issues at all. They're great. So for the fog lights, I was running Baja Designs Squadrons in the wide cornering pattern, but I did pull those off and just put the stock ones back on because I want to keep those. And then I was running Baja Designs up here as well for ditch lights. I was running the S2 Sports with the combo lens. So it was 1 projector and then 1 flood. And those were pretty good for as small as they were. Definitely worth the money in my opinion. That's it for the front for lighting. Go ahead and walk around to the back. So for the back, I'm still running Alpha X as well. It's the Lux Series tail lights. Full built-in LEDs, plug and play. Sequential signals as well. That's how those look. This is the black version. For these, there is a alpha black, a black, and a red version. Kind of an OEM style. I'll go ahead and shut these off just to show you guys how it's gonna look with the lights off. So you can kind of see how it would look during the day without the daytime running lights on. Alright, so that's how you'd be looking during the day. Now I went for the black option versus the alpha black just because I do live in California and they definitely are more strict on what you can have on the road. And technically, shadowed tail lights are not road legal where I live. So I went with these. So the housing itself is just black. The lens itself, I'm pretty sure, is still clear. It's just the housing. And then if you go for the alpha black version, I believe it's shadowed and the housing itself is black. So I just went for this just to be safe, but still go for the look that I wanted. And I'll go ahead and turn on the hazards so you can see the rear and then the front sequentials. All right, so we're back in the rear and that's how we're looking. Sequential for you guys. Now these 2 top bulbs do emit with the hazards on, and then those kind of lines there are the ones that have the sequentials in them. I'm going to show you how the front looks. That's how the front looks. Now when you do install these out of the box, they do come with these 3 lines lit up right here. There is an option to deactivate those, and I just like that look better. It's based off the Tundra headlights, but a lot of the aftermarket headlights for the 2.5 gens and 3rd gens have this same kind of C-shaped bracket around the headlight. And I like that they gave this truck that look as well, but those 3 lines, they just didn't fit the look for me. It just kind of seemed like an afterthought, just kind of like, you know, just fill in the gap. So I just turned them off, and I like it a lot better like that. All right, so next I guess we'll go into suspension. So suspension on this, I'm running a pretty budget-friendly kit. Rides well for the price I paid. I'm running the iBox Stage 1 Pro Lift Kit. Now that's set for between 2.5 to 3 inches of lift. I have this kit maxed out to 3, so it's a little stiffer in the front, but I wanted that full 3 inches of lift. And then in the rear, I'm running an Adaleaf. That's all I'm running. I believe from Wheelers Off-Road, it was a 1/2 inch. So it's sitting almost level, pretty close, but not quite exact. For control arms, I'm running stock lowers, and the uppers I have the Dirt King tubular ball joints. Nothing too crazy. Stock calipers, I just changed the rotors to I forgot the brand. I'll leave it in the description though. It's from Extreme Terrain. It's just real slotted rotors. Like I said, stock calipers, but I mean they work well for the price I paid. I think it was like $220 for the pads and then both the rotors, so it's not terrible. And the shocks in the rear, it's just OEM replacement. You never gain any lift just from the shock itself in the rear. You need some kind of either block or Adaleaf or leaf black. But we'll go next to wheels and tires. So for wheels, I'm running the Stealth Custom Series Ray 10. This is the 16x8 -12 offset. No crazy poke. Kind of close to OEM fitment. I like that fitment better. A little more tucked. Doesn't fling up as much dirt or mud when you're going off-roading, so that's a plus. That's how it looks from the front. Pretty nice fitment. To fit these, I did do a cap mount chop as well as hammered back the pinch welds. I have trimmed my fenders as well, along with the Viper cut. The fender trim is not absolutely necessary, but if you want your full range of travel up and down with no issues, I'd recommend it. Makes it a lot easier. It's not too hard to do yourself, but this takes some time. Like I said, I do have a Viper cut in the front. Again, not necessary, but definitely does help out with your approach angles. Both sides. Now for the fender trim, I did 1.25 inches on the flares, and then on the fender itself, I did 2 inches up. So it sits a little higher on the inside than the outside. Next, I'll go on to the bumpers. So in the rear, I'm running the Coastal Off-Road high clearance bumper. Just kind of the base, I guess, of the bumper. You do have options for tubing on the side. I didn't opt out for that. I just like the look of just the plate by itself. Plus, I don't do anything too crazy, so I didn't really need the tubes. There is an option for a hitch. It's behind license plate. It's a recessed hitch. I wasn't gonna get it at first, but I just decided to. Why not? Rather have it than not need it, and then need it and not have it, you know? One of those kind of things. Now this bumper is pretty cheap. It is a DIY kit though, so it comes unassembled. So you have to get it welded together. I believe I paid $888 after tax and shipping, and then I had a welder assemble it for me, assemble and install for $500. Now it's going to depend on where you are, who you go to for that price, obviously. And then for this bumper, there are no tow ratings for it, just because it's a DIY kit. So you can't set a tow rating for something that, you know, you're not building yourself in-house. So that's understandable, but that's kind of the fitment it has with the flares. Originally supposed to come out a little wider, but I had my buddy kind of lined up with the flares for me. That's just the look I wanted, so he did that. Now if we go to the front, this is a JCW low pro winch bumper. There is no winch in there at the moment, and this truck's for sale, so I won't have one in there ever. But you can't fit a winch in there. This front plate does come off to install a light bar. I believe a 20-inch would fit in there fine. I believe so. It has 2 points for D-rings or shackles to put on there. little low pro bull bar on the front. Now this bumper was off of a 3rd gen. If you have seen my video on it, I just kind of modified my front end to fit this. Mixed reviews on the bumper itself on the 2nd gen. I like it. I mean, it was a free bumper. It really isn't that too much of a difference than the ones made for this truck. I just don't like the ones made for this truck just because they come straight down here instead of coming out to the side, but it is what it is. Everyone's got their own likes and dislikes, but I like it. It took maybe 2 hours to cut up and put on, but I like it. Now for the front, this is I get a lot of questions about this grill. It's a TRD Pro style grill for a 2nd gen Tacoma. You can find these everywhere. They're expensive now, but this one I got for about 115 bucks. I want to say 3 years ago now. The company I bought it from does no longer exist, unfortunately, but you can find them still. They are just more expensive, about 200, 300 bucks probably now, but they're out there. Just look up TRD Pro style grill for 05 to 11 Tacomas. Now for the exhausts, I still have stock everything, stock cats, stock piping, except all I'm running is an aftermarket muffler, and that is a Black Widow Widowmaker. I believe it's a 10-inch muffler, and the inlets and outlets are between 2.5 to 3 inches wide. So I'm pretty sure that's close to the stock width of the pipings after the cats. And then after that, I just have it turned down at the axle, and then a resonated exhaust tip from AutoZone. When I had the muffler on by itself, no tip, it was nice, but a little too raspy for my opinion. So I added the tip just to kind of deepen it a little bit and quiet it down, just to kind of get rid of the rasp. So I'll go ahead and put you guys down there, and I'll give it a start and then do some revs so you guys can hear how it sounds. Alright, now to the interior. Nothing too crazy going on in here. Pretty much stock for the most part, besides some small stuff. I was running a quick release steering wheel, it's right there. But I'm back to the stock one just because it is for sale, and it's for the new owner. And that's, I just want to keep the wheel. I'm just going to sell it. When I get my new truck, I'm just going to keep stock wheel. I'm not trying to avoid any warranties out the gate, so airbags it is. Now these switches I did have wired to stuff, but now they're just kind of dead switches. The ditch lights I did pull off, light bar I did pull off, and this was for my AirB air compressor. I had it in the engine bay, but that's off as well. For the radio, I'm just running I believe it's from Best Buy, just a Sony double DIN, Bluetooth, USB, aux. That's all I need, no CDs. I mean, I think it was like 120 bucks, you know, cheap. Works for me, that's all I needed. Now here I'm running it's an accessory mount from TEQ Off-Road. Right now I only have the radio mount. There is a phone mount that can fit on there. I wanted to get that as well, but truck's for sale, so there's no point in buying stuff right now. I was running a Teton Workshop shift knob. It's in here actually. What's that look like? They're expensive, about 120 bucks, but it's metal, it's machined. It's a fully weighted shift knob, and I think it's worth the money. But back to stock for now, because I'm keeping that one. Seat covers. These are from Truck IIPA. It's an Amazon brand, but good quality seat rests, or it's not seat rests, seat covers in my opinion. They kind of remind me of like a Carhartt jacket, that kind of that material. It's a little bit rougher. Definitely can hold up to more use, I guess, than something leather or something more of a softer material. I have them both on passenger and driver. Headrests as well. That's how far back they come in the back. They do have little straps here if you want to mount anything on the back. I have nothing mounted on the back just because, you know, there's no point in carrying gear anymore besides the tools and the jack. That's pretty much it for the interior. LEDs, these are from Last Fit. They're nice. Definitely, you can't tell during the day, but at night they're really bright. Really nice to have. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The interior. This truck is tinted. Nothing too crazy because again, I live in California. I have a strip on the windshield that's 5%. The back all the way around over factory tint, I have 5% as well. And then passenger and driver, I have 25. That's what I got. Technically still not legal, but you know, it is what it is. As long as you're not, you know, double 5 over factory or driving like a not smart person, you know, it'll be fine. But I think that's about everything. I'm trying to think of anything else that I haven't covered yet, but I think that's everything for this truck. Now this truck is 2-wheel drive, and I did, you know, wheel it as hard as I could for a 2-wheel drive truck. Honestly, it performed great for what it is. If you didn't know, these 2-wheel drive off-roads, they do come factory with the diff locker in the rear, and that works amazing. You can definitely, depends on your lines and the driver obviously, but 100% you can hang with the 4-wheel drive guys on trails besides snow. But on dirt, mud, I had no issues whatsoever. Hanging with my friends, keeping up with them. Definitely, I feel like learning to off-road in a 2-wheel drive truck just makes it easier when you do move up something 4-wheel drive, just because you have to spend more time picking your lines, you know, just watching your speed, that kind of stuff. It sounds dumb, but it takes more technicality with a 2-wheel drive truck just because it takes more effort, you know. And I'll never shame on someone building a 2-wheel drive truck unlike some of the 4-wheel drive guys, because I mean, at the end of the day, it is their money, and if they use it, they use it. If they don't, they don't. You know, it is what it is. But I definitely pushed this truck as far as I could, and I've had no issues with it whatsoever. Nothing's ever broken on me. Like I said, 4-wheel drive isn't necessary, but the main, should I say, pro to having it is just you're not having to push the vehicle as hard as you would if it was 2-wheel drive. You know, you're not having to risk breaking things from bumping or having to, you know, give it gas to get up an incline. It's that kind of stuff that 4-wheel drive is there for. Obviously for snow and for really thick mud, stuff like that, but in sand. But like I said, if you don't off-road every single day of your life, you don't live in snow, you don't need 4-wheel drive, in my opinion. At the end of the day, you'll have your own opinions, but that's just where I stand. Coming from someone who owns a 2-wheel drive truck and going to 4-wheel drive. Now, a lot of people don't have both perspectives. You know, all they've had is 4-wheel drive, and they think 2-wheel drive is completely useless, and it's not. You know, it depends on the driver at the end of the day. But that's just where I stand after having this truck for about 3 years now. Got it in the beginning of 2020. We're December of 2023, almost December, end of November. But it's been an awesome truck for what it is. It's an 07, just hit 104,000 miles, barely broken in. It's been incredible. These V6s, they're something else. No, I love this truck. This was my grandpa's truck, if you guys didn't know. It's mine now, soon to be somebody else's. Truck should be gone probably by the end of this week, honestly. It's definitely been a good run. This channel will continue, obviously. I'm not going to stop making videos just because I'm getting rid of the truck. Once I get my new one, I'm making more content for you guys. I did want to, before I sell it, I wanted to post a video just off-roading in the truck. I have clips here and there, but it's just hard to wheel and record at the same time with no co-pilot, you know, and I don't have a dash cam. So it's just, I wanted to make it happen, but it didn't end up happening. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this walk around. Final video saying goodbye to this truck. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, I'll do my best to leave a list of everything that I covered in the description. links and stuff like that. But if I forget anything, just comment down below what you want to know, and then I'll give that information to you guys. That's pretty much it. If you guys want to play a game, like I said, it's an 07 two-wheel drive 30 off-road, 104,000 miles. Comment down below what you think this truck sold for. Comment what you think it sold for, and comment what you would pay for or what you wouldn't pay for it. Let me know your thoughts. Like I said, that's it for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed this truck as much as I did. Can't wait for what's coming next. Thank you guys for watching.